We got the Bizz.
Hey, welcome to the Bizz. You know
Episode numero dos. All right, that's good
tell 'em.
vibes. That's good
Tell 'em.
vibes. Episode 2. We got me and Rizzo. If you guys don't know who we are, then, that's your problem. But basically, we're here to give you a podcast on all things Rocket League related and outside of Rocket League, all the esports news, all the gaming news in the world, all the good stuff, everything just involving life on Twitch, everything. We got it covered here. So, we have a special guest today, someone me and Rizzo have known for a very long time, someone who has been involved in the Rocket League scene before, one of the first coaches in Rocket League history, one of the best coaches in Rocket League history. Rizzo, why don't you go ahead and introduce us to this beautiful man. Beautiful man.
The man, the myth, the legend, Chad. What is up, Chad? Hey, look at him!
That was good. We got the
There he is. There
We
he
got
is.
the
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing? How
Pretty
you doing?
pretty good, dude. Just been on the grind streaming. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on the show.
That's good to hear, Mr. Chad. So, for everyone that does not know, Chad was the original coach of Rocket League. He was one of the first ever on Take 3 Rizzo's roster, so he was Rizzo's coach. And he has been
Coach
streaming.
/ manager. Do not undermine
Oh,
this man's
true.
I did it all right.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, true. We'll get into
The
that.
one-stop shop of Rocket League. Coach.
Anything you need, bro. I was there.
But it really is the master of everything, dude. Takes care of biz.
Hey.
So, to introduce Chad, he has been streaming since the start of 2013 and the end of 2012, around there. He plays all types of games. He's an expert in the FPS category. He has a Chad of a Chad car. He just walks around, Mr. Steal Your Girl, no problem. That's him. 347,000 followers on Twitch, 46,000 on Twitter, 4,400 hours streamed in comparison to Rizzo's measly 3K and my 1.3K. So, let's not get into that. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we can't just skip past that too quick. 1.3K. I think you're slacking there a little bit.
Yeah. Let's not get too into that.
Okay.
We'll leave that. I just became a streamer this year. So
That's fair.
anyway.
True.
So, let's get into our first topic, shall we?
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Go ahead, Rizzo. Take this one. Go ahead.
All right, sure. First topic, fall major just concluded. Well, I guess for every region, right? They're all done now. And it was
yeah.
the last one, right? Okay.
Yeah, and it was the last
Just want
one.
to make sure on that.
OCE already went, right? I believe they already went.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. We probably should have prepped the other regions, but I think we're only going to talk about NA here because
just NA, yeah.
Just NA. I mean, that's all we really,
Yeah,
that's our
let's stick with
expertise
NA.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, basics of it is the big four. We're in the top 4, so that's cool for us, right?
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
good. Space Station took the dub, which is not cool for us. That's not poggers. Besides that, dude, the viewership on that was insane.
Yeah.
For what everybody was expecting, I think.
Yeah, the viewership was ridiculous. I don't know if Chad really saw the major or saw the viewers.
Oh yeah, of course I saw, bro. That was huge. That was huge. It was like was that? Am I wrong, or is that the biggest Rocket League showing as far as online viewership?
Online
right?
for sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Online
that's crazy. It's crazy.
I think in part of it too, just the teams that were in the top 4. Go back to the big 4. We have, SSG, G2, NRG, and Envy. I think everyone kind of expected that to be the top 4, and I thought it was just a really good tournament all along. Game 7, SSG, G2. We had Game 6, SSG, NRG. They beat us. SSG won the whole event. We had beaten Peeps, and then we beat Envy. And then Rizzo, who'd you guys play round 1?
We played Rogue into SSG.
Okay, so how was that? Because I didn't watch that series.
Rogue?
Yeah.
For us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, I mean, this might just be a good thing you don't have to watch that. You know what I'm saying? They have to put you through that.
All right, well then,
It was good though. Like for us, it was solid. Like you know how like sometimes there's a series where it's just like, wow, what am I watching? Like for us, it was good, but not so much the other team.
Okay, Rizzo, talk that shit. I guess.
Okay, all right. So Rizzo's coming out with the cannons all of a sudden, so no problem on there. All right. So Rizzo had an easy time. I actually thought that we played Peeps, right? Against Peeps,
Yeah, how did that go?
I felt like we kind of peaked on them too. It was just kind of like they got farmed, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just
okay. So
it's
now
a good week for the boys.
You're talking that shit. And
I'm
you're
not.
gonna call me out for it.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, you know, we did 8-0 them one game, so it was like 8-2.
Yeah, hey, we 6-1 I think or 6-2 or something.
Yeah, good vibe. Good vibes to the boys. You know,
I'm
we
saying.
don't talk about what happened in the finals. You know, we don't talk about what happened with your semifinals.
What matters is what matters is
round
the
one.
quarterfinals matchup.
Round one. Yeah, round one.
That was the craziest.
Yeah.
That was the craziest.
So we took an L. SSG won. SSG right now, probably the best team in NA. I think it just keeps kind of swapping all the time. You know, every other week, someone else is beating someone else. You know, it's been a good season for fall. You wanna go into what you thought of the winter split format announcement at the end, because I know we talked about that earlier off stream, and we were a little frustrated, you know. But why don't you go ahead and give the rundown what you thought?
Well, before we go into that, I just wanted to Chad, did you catch any of the matches for the major, or were you just like skimming?
A handful. I'm keeping myself pretty busy with like the stream grind recently, but I try to like hop in. Like I check your guys' streams out all the time, and I do hop on like the actual Rocket League stream when there's like some RLCS type activity going on. But I wouldn't say I like watch them in their entirety. But I do try to like keep up and see how the teams are doing and who's on what team and all that.
At least NA, right? EU's resident sleeper.
Yeah, EU, not EU, just NA. For the most part.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. EU's a snooze fest. But yeah, okay, that's good to see that Chad's watching. Yeah, usually whenever it's top of the Twitch charts, like, you know, my friend, like even the TDC homies, like they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, it's a Rocket League event. Like they just know, because if it has more than 5K viewers, then something's wrong. So
yeah.
That's usually how they know too. All right, winter split format.
Yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah. So let's talk about that.
For the actual
Let's talk about the announcement. Hold on, announcement first. I want to know what you thought about that. This is what I wanted to get into. I wanted to know what you thought about the announcement, because I thought this was kind of funny.
I don't know anything really behind it. They don't tell. Like people think like Sonics is like constantly in my ear, or like any of ours, like telling me stuff, or you guys, or whatever, or you Sizz, or yeah. But they really don't mention anything. So when they're like, oh yeah, there's a big announcement before the final, I was like, oh, are they gonna say like maybe new org items are coming, or there's like a big game update coming? And I'm like, oh sweet, that's gonna be so cool.
Whoa, just to update Chad, I don't know if you saw, they said that before the grand final there was gonna be a really big announcement, like some, you know, like they're really excited to give this announcement to everyone. So that
I saw they were like hyping up something, but what was it? Because I think I saw the announcement, but like there's no way all the hype was for that announcement, right?
No cat, no Rizzo, say word for word the announcement. The word for word, just say it. It was like, I really remember James Watt's quote, word for word, what he said.
Oh, I wasn't watching live when the announcement happened.
Oh, it was literally, he's like,
I don't know what he said.
He just said, 24 teams, win and move on, lose twice and you're out, and that's it. That was the whole fucking announcement. And I was like, well, you're telling me you had to tweet, you had to tell the announcers to tell everyone this, you had to make this much hype just to let us know that there's less teams and that there's a different format. That's all. It's really what it was. It just seemed a little bit exaggerated, and it was kind of a let. I feel like Sonic is really bad at, really good at letting people down. But you know, I mean, to each their own. Sonic probably could have came with a better idea for that, and maybe just announced it another time and given us something cooler to look forward to, especially at the end of a major. We don't want to just hear bracket news. I think at the end of a major, right? It's just like, it just seems unnecessary. So
like I feel like we already knew, you know, that something like that was coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but besides getting into the format, you know what this reminds me of, and I think you might know.
Season one. Yeah.
Chad knows too. You know?
Chad knows.
Yep.
I was there. You know, I was around.
We
They were
have this
telling us-
crazy idea.
Oh my god, they were telling us like in person, like there's gonna be a crazy announcement before what was it? Before the event starts?
Before the event, yeah.
starts.
Before the grand
There's gonna be a
finals,
crazy announcement. Something like that. I don't know exactly.
It was before
what
the
it
grand
was.
finals. They're like, we have
Every
a
single
nutty
one of the
event.
Psyonix employees were like hyping it up too.
Crazy
They're like,
too.
it's
Since we
gonna
got
be
there.
crazy.
They're
They're like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
They're telling
fucking
us-
god! You don't
They're
know
like,
what
I
you're
cannot
getting
wait
into with
to
this.
show you guys this.
Holy fuck! We've been working on this for over 2 days. This is crazy. And that's it. They just start going. They just start going nuts
And
over.
then
it.
the announcement is the initial announcement of Rumble in
Yep.
Rocket League, which was like it was like a trailer of a car driving, and then out of nowhere
It was
a
the
big old
boot.
boot comes out, and that was the initial. And everybody was just like, "What just happened?"
Yeah. Everyone was. It was like a whole like I could hear the whole crowd just sigh together. Everyone was like, "Whoa!" Like this is what they baited us with. Like that's crazy. But
Yeah, because the scene was super new too, so everybody was thinking like, "Oh, maybe like
Prize
I don't-
pool is the big thing
Yeah,
everyone was
yeah,
thinking. Everyone was
prize
like,
pool.
oh, they're gonna announce next season.
Season-
Prize pool's gonna be
season
like
2.
twice as much, or like,
yeah."
and they're like Rumble.
yeah, that was
Like,
that was
watch
a
out for
pretty
the boot.
bad. That was a pretty bad bait. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. It happens sometimes. You get baited by Sonics. You know, good life. Anyway. Next thing, let's go into the. Okay. Well, we were gonna talk about the bracket reset thing, but I think that's kind of like everyone just saw that as part of the announcement. There's the new format is a bracket reset for the regionals. It's not single
Well, it's
limb in
a-
the playoffs.
Yeah, it's
So
a
it's just double limb, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly. There would be
Okay.
24 teams. 12 will qualify through the open qual.
Yeah.
And then
just 10
literally
auto
just
qualify.
literally just a double limb bracket, and then if you come from losers, you have to bracket reset, and that's the format. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. One thing that I want to get into that I think is a really good change is the grid change. You know, they said in the announcement that grid is now reduced. It is 4 weeks, I believe, only 2 days, 2 of those days during each week. So I hope I worded that right.
Yeah, it's
It's over
still
9 weeks.
over the course of 9 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's only 4 weeks where you're actually playing, and you only play 2 of those days every
Yeah.
other week.
So it reduces the stream time for teams from like 8 hours to like 4 to 6 hours of stream, which I think is really good. I think it's very taxing, especially on like I remember James went from RLCS, like OCE or something or EU straight into our grid, so he was casting for like 12 hours straight and just like
Jeez.
had no
Damn.
breaks. So I think it's better. They probably knew it was a little bit too much. I even think a lot of the players. Like, I don't know about you guys on G2, but I know, like, you know, Justin was getting a little worn out of how many tournaments there were and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah,
I
the
was
grid
thinking,
was pretty
like,
exhausting.
yeah, I was thinking, like, damn, we have all these tournaments, right? And maybe Chad might know something on this. Like, I see CSGO is decked with tournaments. Like, they have tournaments, like, every other week, every other month, like, lands,
It's
traveling
like every
all the time.
day they're playing in something because
Yeah.
they're always traveling basically. Or
So-
well, I guess they were back then, but
Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, like, oh, the Rocket League scene finally gets in tournaments and players already like can't handle it. I can't imagine CS:GO. It's like best of 5s. Each game is like 60 minutes, and it can just be so insane how much you're playing, and it just must be like super burnout factor for that.
yeah.
But yeah, I think the grid change is good. 4 weeks, 2 days, less burnout for all the players. Makes it mean more too. I feel like no one really cared about grid toward the end. I don't know what you think, but yeah.
The reason we cared is we just wanted the number 1 spot. But by the time that
Yeah.
it ended up mattering for us, we had already qualified through the regionals for the major because there's
Yeah.
16 teams now. Like, it was important at the beginning because there was only like 6 teams going to the major.
Yeah.
But since COVID, they couldn't really do that, so they made it 16 teams, and then it was just like, oh, whatever. Well, we made it through both spots, so
Yeah,
for us, it didn't really matter towards the end.
we just want. I mean, once we figured out we couldn't even get number 1 because you guys were already number 1 in grid points, so we were just like, oh, whatever. Like, it literally doesn't affect anything. I don't even think that grid points factored in too much to the seeding, regardless. Anyway,
They did, but it was super small. It's irrelevant for that. That's funny.
Yeah.
The other thing is for the grid, the first day specifically is nobody is eliminated, and you're playing for essentially like 4 hours just to get seeded for day 2, which I want to know what you think about that because I hate it.
That's Well, that makes it kind of weird. I mean, that makes it kind of weird for one. That means that guarantees every team's stream is going to be going on for like 4 hours. The first
Yes,
day.
it does. It guarantees more stream time for each org because none will be eliminated on the first day.
Yeah.
So they all come back for day 2.
I think that's what they were targeting with that.
Probably.
Low key, because that's the only reason I can imagine that change. But I think that's kind of weird. I think you kind of want, like, what that means. Day 2 is probably going to be really long then, if it's just seeding day 1. Because they're doing 16-team bracket in one day. That's gonna be like 6 hours. I mean, that's still a lot of time for both.
It's groups for day 1, and then in day 2 it just becomes one big bracket that's seeded from day 1.
I don't know.
And that's single elim on the day 2.
Yeah, single elim on day 2.
How do you guys feel about that? Do you prefer like single elim tourney style, or like do you prefer groups, or do you like double elim style?
I think I like double elim more.
I do too, but for this one, I think I prefer single elim because I wouldn't want to be there much longer.
Yeah. If it was a tournament that had a lot more meaning, you know, it would.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of just like your like season in a way, right?
Sort
kind
of.
But the grid is like, the grid is not really like a part of anything. It's just kind of there. And like you can qualify for the major.
Would it be comparable to like mid-season mayhem or something? It's
no,
just like a random tournament.
No.
Okay, it's not that like unimportant.
No. It is there is like it is important because you can qualify through the major for it. Which I wonder if this winter major is going to be like, if it's 16 teams again, then I think the grid again is irrelevant. But if this actual next major is only 6 NA teams, then I think the grid is super important.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I feel like they should I think they don't want the grid to be too important, so that's why I'm surprised they make it so long, because it seems like that just because they have such little point scale for it. So it feels like they don't want to make it that important, but then they make it like a 8 to 10 hour 2-day event. So it's kind of weird. But I know you get a decent amount of money for it. Like, isn't winning it like 3K a player? Winning each weekly grid, and it'd probably be double next split.
It was, how much was it for? It was 1,500 if you in the 9-week one. In the first split, it was 4,500 for first place, so it's 1,500 each. But in this one, I'm pretty sure you get 10K if you win.
Yeah, it'd have to be more. So so now it's gonna be 3K, right? Each person.
Yeah, it'll be above 3K if you're actually winning these. Yeah, because there's less weeks, or there's less actual tournaments, but there's just more money still. The same amount of money still there.
All right, that's interesting. I think now is a good time to transition to get like all this info transition over to our next topic, because I think all this kind of relates.
This one also Chad can chime in a little bit more.
Chad will go to chime in a lot for this one, because this is all about stuff back then compared to now.
Oh yeah.
So the next topic to cover is basically the growth of the Rocket League scene, how far we've come over these 5 years. From not even being in Esport in season 1, like it was pretty much a joke up until nowadays we're pulling 200K plus viewers, prize pools going up. They're having different formats, circuit formats. Every team is having their own items now, and they're doing their own streams. Well, I'm just saying, like, compared to before.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense. I'm not saying every team right now. Some teams, I guess, right now have it, but compared to before, where we were, that was the main thing I remember orgs were asking for from the beginning, and they didn't, they didn't bring it in until lately. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start with how all three of us came into the scene, and then we'll compare it to now. So you can go first. Actually, let's go first with Chad. Let's talk about how Chad got into the scene.
Oh, how I got into the scene. Okay. So when Rocket League launched, I hadn't played SARP or anything like that. I was completely unfamiliar with it. So when Rocket League came out, I was just streaming, doing my thing at the time. I was playing with popular streamer Summit 1G and our other buddy. And then we did like a little like streamer versus streamer, like 3v3 against like Lyric and his two boys. And I was already like pretty decent at the game, like compared to everyone else we were playing against. I was like picking up very quickly. I tend to pick up games somewhat quickly in general, but I felt like really good about it, and I was having a lot of fun like playing it. Just so much fun. So Chronovi, as many of you know him, was watching Summed at the time, and I knew about Kronovi because he was the first like Rocket League guy. You know what I mean? Like he was the first guy like flying around like doing all the cool shit that everyone saw in Rocket League. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was watching Summit, and I was just like, he was in the chat, and like someone said something. I was like, "Hey, yo, Kronovi, bro, hit me up in the DMs. I'm trying to be goated. I'm trying to be a god at Rocket League." And that's how I met Cameron. That's how we started playing together. And yeah, I just got involved in the scene that way. Playing with Cam, and you know, we made all our friends. So that's kind of where it started for me, at least. Made all of our friends played in like the ESL tournaments and stuff, and yeah, that's how I got like into it at the beginning.
All right, nice, good to hear. I remember one time, from Chad's early streams, I think Naveed Chad, he was in your stream for a giveaway and he won the giveaway because I think he did.
No.
I don't know if you remember, you did like a car giveaway. I think it was a Dominus DLC, and you gave it away, and I think Naveed won it. And it was like a random thing that I remembered. It was just kind of funny.
Oh,
Anyway.
shit, that's crazy. He never like thanked me or anything.
No, that was literally like season 1, like before any of us even knew each other.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let's go to Rizzo now. Rizzo, how'd you get into the scene?
I mean, I was introduced to the game just from my Minecraft friends because they were like really egging me on to get the game. I was like, are there like dedicated servers? And,
I like how
I
you
didn't
can't
know-
even say this without smiling and like
Yeah,
laughing. He's like,
yeah,
oh, my
it's-
Minecraft friends.
Yeah, my Minecraft friends. But I mean, that's how I was introduced, and I'd like, it was basically like the last $20 of my PayPal. So I was always skeptical. I was like, should I get the game? I was like, I don't know, guys. Dedicated servers. So I finally bought it or whatever, and so I just kept playing, literally like 14 hours a day because I was just addicted to it.
Yeah.
You know, go to bed at 6 a.m., wake up at 4 p.m., run it back every single day.
Yes, sir.
That was basically my life for like the first month, and then slowly I like not introduce myself, but I would like go to Twitch streams, and Lo-Fi was like the first one that I found, or like that I actually watched, and he would always accuse me of stream sniping him, which at first I didn't, but then I started to.
It became the meme, you know.
Yeah, he's really always stream sniping me, so I just play with him now. He's like, no, I'm not.
That's funny.
I usually was.
Lo-Fi's a goat. That's funny.
Yeah, but then I started playing with him, and eventually he was just like, you want to play an RLCS? I was like, when it got announced, it was like a random thing. Oh, RLCS season 1, and we're just like, oh, that looks cool. You want to play in it? Or he's like, you want to play in it? I was like, sure. Let's grab instances. So then that's how I was essentially introduced.
Okay, nice. The way everything I have with me, the way I actually bought the game, I didn't want to spend $20. I'm like, is this worth? Because I actually watched Summit stream. That was how I found out about the game. And then I remember my cousin who won a lot from CSGO betting. He had like just extra items and he sold them for Steam money, and I paid him 10 real life dollars to buy me buy me Rocket League through Steam as a gift with the in-game gambling money. So that's how I got Rocket League. I didn't even want to buy it for $20. I got it for $10.
Half right. Well.
Yeah, pretty good deal. So then I met Matt, who was my first teammate. Technically my first teammate was Edwin and Quinn Lobdell.
Really? I didn't even know you were on that team too.
Yeah, because
Was
they
that
needed
Orange Creamsicle?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Orange Creamsicle.
Oh,
Looks like
shit.
everybody was on that team.
Yeah, so they needed like a sub for a tournament, so they messaged me. They're like, hey, like, you want to play with us in this tournament? And I think I just knew him from ranked. And then I played with them. We got I think second or third place in the tournament, and then I got booted from the team.
Yep. Hey, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. So that was funny. And then I met Matt. Me and Matt are like the twos duo. I think most people in NA kind of knew me and Matt as like being a ranked duo. Like, we're basically like the Taroko and Grills of like 2015. And so we basically played together every single time. We joined Battlecar Galactica together. It was me, him, and like Timothy, I think. And then then we made Rogue, and here we are today. We're all beautiful in the future. The only one not here is Matt. So Matt and Insult both pieced it. They're both Gonzo.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Even Lo-Fi's still around a little bit. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty much how we all got started in Rocket League. Chad, how'd you become a pro in Rocket League? Let's talk about that.
Okay, like this term gets thrown around a lot. I don't know if I would ever really say I was a pro. People like to attach that
Well,
label,
you have
but
the
I
title,
mean,
don't you?
Yeah, you
I
got the
do. I
title,
do
bro.
have RLCS Elite Season 2 title.
That's
It's
Yes,
true.
sir.
That's it.
true.
If you got the
Now,
title,
did I
that's
see?
it.
Did I see a second of field time? I mean, maybe not, but like I got the title, so you tell me.
Okay. Okay,
I was there.
respect
I
it.
was there. I was helping the team in any way I could. I tried to, I tried to support the boys. It was a fun trip to like hang out with everybody again because I wanted to go to the second RLCS, but it was cool to be that the Take 3 boys allowed me to be a part of it and like try to help them. And I think like looking back, I think I did some things that were probably helpful, and I tried to keep you guys like on task and like focused on the weekend. But I don't know. It might have just been more of like a friend hangout session, a real like coaching substitute role.
Okay, wait. Since we're on this topic, let's just go into it. Let's talk about the difference between coaching back then and coaching now. Because
Oh, yeah.
you were technically like the first coach. I want to know what you did, and then I'll go ahead and give the differences. What I did, what I do.
Okay, so yeah, as a coach, like there's like no coaches in Rocket League, right? It's unheard of essentially.
Yeah, at the time, it's just
So
chat.
I'm like, okay, how can I do my best, like from experience? So I've played sports my whole life. I've been involved in like things in that are similar in the sense of like coaching. So it's like, okay, how can I use like my history, my knowledge, and my knowledge of like these guys, my teammates, my pals, to best like make this weekend easier for them. Best give them like the chance to succeed. So I basically was kind of just like the bitch boy, like water boy, like role essentially. I mean, literally, yeah, I would like go grab people drinks when they wanted, but I would like make sure we knew like what times we were playing, like where we needed to be, what we needed to do, like made sure everybody was like comfortable the entire week and make sure like everybody was focused on what we had to do. And then we even broke down some replays together, and would watch the games and kind of dissect and analyze what was going on and in what ways we thought we would have to alter the play style of the team against like certain opponents or like mistakes we would notice teams making over and over and over again and things like that. So we did have a few sessions where we like sat down and I tried to like lead the charge and like break these things down. I mean, Rizzo, do you think like it was helpful at all, or like?
I mean, I feel like it was helpful. I don't think in any way that it could have been negative. I mean, definitely like keeping a level head is like the number one thing. And if you don't have to worry about like a time or a schedule and like somebody handles that for you, it makes your life so much easier in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and that's like what I wanted to do. And I think a big thing was me working more directly with like Insol than you or Chris, I think it was keeping Insol like on track and keeping him like, not upset or keeping him focused and keeping him like confident in his play for the weekend. So yeah, I think that was like a big part of the role I had was just, keeping Insol where he needed to be.
Yeah, don't let that dude tilt upside down.
Yeah. Okay.
That's always a struggle.
I mean, honestly, everything pretty much sounds exactly the same. basically, we do the same thing. I pretty much just when we're out of LAN, obviously you make sure they got their drinks or water, all that stuff. Every coach is a water boy at the end of the day. And then you make sure you take care of all the scrims, all that stuff. I think one of the biggest differences is now coaches are like always sitting and watching through every scrim, even online. Like every single scrim, your coach is usually there. I feel like it's not necessarily like how much just like input we're giving. Like obviously we give a lot of input in between the games. If we're playing a certain team, we try to talk about strategies for that certain team. Obviously the same thing. So, but I think the biggest difference is, coaches. Where was I going with this? Like basically coaches now, just being there in scrims, I feel like makes your team play more serious. I think back then, like not having someone just like watching over you guys can just like troll and kind of get away with it. Like I remember we used to do that a little bit until we got Fickle. And then Fickle would kind of just, make sure that we're all like taking it seriously. We're all like focused on improving. Like that should be the goal every time. Like I feel like nowadays I reiterate that a lot, especially with my team. Just like, you don't have to enjoy scrims, but just like make sure you're playing to improve in scrims, not not to just like go out there and just have fun. And if you're not having fun in scrims, you can just troll. So
Yeah,
that's
I
like,
think building off that too, especially with Rock League and in general, like the scene is pretty young, right? So like having a coach in scrims, I think is probably very, very important because there's this dynamic that can build when you are scrimming where, you know, people get tilted, people get upset, people get frustrated. And playing on a team of 3 guys, it's really easy for those 2 guys to want to gang up on the one guy that's like either being negative or like not playing his best or whatever. It's really easy to sort of develop this like toxic environment. And I feel like that's probably why a lot of teams it didn't last super long early on. I think having a coach there can help with that and kind of keep everyone level headed and keep egos down and, you know, stay focused and, you know, teamwork and all that shit.
yeah.
All that good shit.
Yeah, like
That
I
makes
know
a lot of you make a good point. That makes a lot of sense, Chad. I
Hey
didn't really think
man,
about it that way.
I was a coach, bro. I know.
He was
bro.
there,
I got
he knows the mental
experience,
game.
It's Coach
bro. You
Chad
know?
Goff, bro.
The infiltrator. My next role going forward in the
The
scene, the infiltrator, of course, coming soon. You know.
The infiltrator.
Oh my god, the infiltrator, dude. That's
Infiltrator.
interesting. That's interesting. Chad, we'll talk about that one later. Anyway, I think honestly it's a lot of the same comparisons for the most part. I think one thing that like you just talked about is like for Squishy always kind of blames himself. Aside from like people gang up on one player will think that they're the fault for the team. Like Squishy does it a lot. He thinks he's playing poorly and he'll blame himself, especially because he's new to the team. So he just instantly assumes it's his fault. And like, you know, you got to keep reminding them like it's a team effort. And if that means if you're not feeling comfortable, it's probably because your teammates aren't doing a good job of helping you, you know, integrate with your play style. So it's at the end of the day, it's never just one player. I think that's a lot of players try to blame themselves, or put the blame on one person, and it's usually never the case. But okay, what else should we go over, Rizzo? What do you want to talk about from the early growth of the scene compared to now?
The difference in becoming a pro today versus what it was 5 years ago.
Like us from everything, like both business wise and you know, career wise compared to, you know, now, like everything.
If you have more to say than I do, then feel free to add on. But
no, yeah, you go first, and
Yeah.
then
I'm sure you do have more to add on to this. But
Yeah.
the way like I became a pro was legit low 5 asking, hey, do you want to play in this RLCS? And then we qualified, and then I was just on a team every season afterwards. So that's how I've been in the scene the entire time. Now, if you try to do that and you say, hey, you want to join LCS, you try to make it through the open bracket, it's going to be an absolute sweat fest.
Yeah.
There's going to be 100 teams that are capable of making it through this 12 teams will make it through, and there's going to be like 100 that are like actually capable of doing so out of like I don't even know how many teams, probably 1,000 or something, probably go through it ish. But the concept of finding a team is a lot harder than just, hey, you want to play in this. It's like people will look at your first, you're like, you're ranked. If you're not like the highest rank or you're not on like the leaderboards, like they really care about that. And then like 6-mans as well. 6-mans is like the most important thing when people are trying to find a team, and they like will just deny people spots if they're like a lower 6-man's ranked than them.
Dude,
Like instantly.
I didn't know
this
6-man
is
that
what
important.
like yeah, this is what like Gyro had told. This is like probably a year ago or something. Like Gyro had told me this, and First Killer had told me this. Actually, not even a year ago, probably like 6 months or something. But they'll just like instantly deny you if you have like a lower 6-man's rank. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. 6-mans. I remember me and Chad used to play some 6-mans together back in the day.
It's some 6-mans in my day. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Played some
Oh,
6-mans
yeah.
in
Man,
my
I gotta
day.
stay fresh, you know.
Yeah, I mean, basically the same thing happened with me. I basically became pro because me, Matt, and A Money were like, you know what?
Hey.
Or like, you know what? Let's team, guys. So
To the moon.
and, you know, we thought A Money was goated because of like Crow. Like we thought A Money was like unreal because Kronovi played with him. So that was our mindset, like, because you know we're Kronovi fanboys. And you know we played season 1, me, Matt, A Money, and it was literally just a matter of like, hey guys, and it was sweaty though. The open qualifier, we went through the open qualifier 3 times to make it, and I mean, we made it every time. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, season 1 there was 2 quarters.
The early seasons, you had to keep going through the open qual.
Yeah, so season 1, both quarters we made it. And then, you know, season 2 I had school, so I subbed for 1 season. I came back to play again season 3. And it was literally just like, you know, every time you have to go through the open qualifier, and the open qualifier is deadly. And now it's like, back then it was easy because you were just better than everyone. Everyone else was trash. Nowadays everyone's good. So
Yeah.
like it's so much harder to beat people. And it's all about playing on the day, playing your best on the day. And it's Rocket League is so much like that, where one team can just pop the fuck off one certain day, and the next day they'll be trash. Like it really is just like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from just like qualifying for being a pro, like back then we got $600 on Selfless, $600 a month, and we were like,
Hey,
we're
that's
fucking
that money.
We were like, we're rolling in the dough, like we were lit.
Yeah, that was the highest salary at the time too, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
The Selfless
600
salary.
was the highest under Selfless, and then Flipside got 1.5, and they topped everyone.
Oh, that reminds me of like another part of when I was coaching. I was working with the team.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
remember, I was fucking talking to orgs, bro. I was talking
Yeah.
to every
He
org
was
I
on
could.
the
Just-
line
bro,
forward
just like,
business it.
hey, bro, are you trying to spot? You trying to pay us? Nah, bro. Pick up the other one. Hello, you paying us? Nah, just all day, bro. That's all I did. You know?
Yeah,
No, you don't have money? All right, hang up on him.
Well,
every
like I was
time.
trying to get these orgs like invested in Rocket League, so I was like pitching Rocket League as an esport to these orgs, as well as like trying to pitch the team.
yeah.
Because there was like nobody in Rocket League then.
No one. Yeah.
It was,
like,
you know,
I buy
brand new.
power, and that's it.
And I think
Flipside.
another thing about like becoming a pro in the early days, which I think this is a trend with like any game that turns into an esport, and the only difference here is like there wasn't really a game before Rocket League other than SARP, but that's like very niche. So there's a handful of people that had some experience that could carry over from SARP to Rocket League.
Yeah.
But this trend in like any esport you see is like the first season and the first couple seasons, you have the people that got the best the fastest. Or I think even more so nowadays when it comes to esports is like you get the big streamers on the teams in the first season, right? Because that's where the orgs like see their return, right? That's where they
Yeah.
have the potential to make the most money. I think it in Rocket League, like back in the day, there wasn't like too many huge streamers, right? It wasn't like crazy big in that sense. So you kind of just had like whoever was like on a team, whoever like was like, all right, I want two teammates, like picked your teammates and like entered the tournament and was the best at the time. Like they made it, right? They made it. But then going forward, you kind of had this weird ecosystem, which I think is prevalent in most esports, that all the teams at that top, that like quote unquote top level, and you gotta think like the game's still very new, so like the skill ceiling could be here, but like players have only reached this far, right? And so there's this thing that happens the app like after the first season where there's sort of a shuffle of rosters. You don't seem to see like too many people coming up. It feels like the pro scene is almost like gate kept. And I think that is super prevalent in like every esport. And that never really works itself out until like I think what maybe I mean you guys would know better because I stepped out of the scene, but maybe like 5th season.
Yeah, probably like RLCS 6. I'm thinking when like
Yeah.
RLRS became a thing. Like
Yeah.
even then, like top rosters, like RLCS rosters wouldn't really just switch and grab an RLRS player. Like Justin was probably like the only exception.
Really
to
rare. Yeah, really rare.
Yeah, and they would only just swap RLCS players just consistently, and then like occasionally, a lower tier team would grab an RLRS player, and if he did really good, then another team would just snipe him.
Yeah, it's so rare for a player just to like you know, let's compare it to like basketball, for example, since I know Chad knows basketball, so does Rizzo. Like like for example, like there's not really players like I feel like Justin would be compared to like LeBron, like coming out of high school or like, you know, in Justin's case, RLRS, literally immediately into the big leagues, right? And just like dominating, like absolutely dominating. Like Justin literally came in and was immediately considered like top 3 best players in NA. Like after he joined in Energy. And it's like, you know, that hasn't happened. I don't even think in EU that's happened. Like maybe the closest would be like what Alpha or something, or like who's the recent?
Wouldn't Astral be one?
Astral? Yeah, Astral. Astral's the other one. But yeah, so like that doesn't really happen too often in Rocket League. So
I mean, you got Scrub Killer too. He's kind of like the LeBron. He was literally too young to play in the league, and then he hit the age, and teams were like on him instantly. You know.
Yeah, that is true. Justin kind of hit all at the same time. Like he became of age, like the moment he kind of like got really good. So it was like perfect timing. Scrub also just came out of nowhere, won Worlds for the first time. Well, he kind of was always in the scene, but no one really let him play.
He was in the scene, but he's too young.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy about like the gatekeep what you're talking about, because it does happen in every esport. Even
Oh, yeah, that's a real
Valorant.
thing. Happens in every esport. Yeah.
Yeah, even Valorant, it's happening. Even right now,
It was
like,
just I think Rocket League developed more organically at the beginning because like SARP was so niche and there wasn't people that were automatically better, right? Whereas like you have FPS games, you have FPS pros that'll just like swap over.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's similar skill sets involved. So it's like,
Yeah, there's not too many games similar to this. How like it's just.
I
a
mean, what
completely
would you
different
say about
genre.
like becoming a pro nowadays? Like you have to grind the fuck out of ranked, like try to get into
Crazy,
six
yeah.
mans once like people recognize you from ranked.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that like
exactly.
You gotta go
you don't
crazy.
even need people to recognize you from ranked. You could just grind 6-man. Like um
like how do you get in? How would you even
you
get
get
it? Like say I'm a player like coming into Rocket
Yeah.
League, right? And I'm like pretty good and I want to take it to the next level, right? Like I do okay in ranked, I do pretty good, I'm pretty high ranked, like top rank maybe. But like how do I even get in contact with these people? Like how do I get involved in six mans? How do I find the right like players that will actually make me better, the right six mans, the right
you
lobbies, you know?
basically like you play rank until you're like a high enough MMR, and then you would just rank check because it just takes your ranked MMR. So you just rank check into like the higher ranks, so like rank B or B plus. I don't even know which one you can rank check in.
Yeah.
But you can't rank check into like the very very high level ones. Like you can't do that. It's not possible.
Mhm.
So you rank check into like B or B plus, and then you have to make it through B plus, and then rank A, and then rank X, and then rank S, and then
So
like that.
it's kind of like grinding like ESCA or something for like
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
FPS game. Okay.
Exactly. But then I guess you would just meet people through the Discord and the 6-man Discord. And you just find people you like playing with or whatever, and then maybe add them or something. Like I don't even know how that
like,
process
make
would
That's the
go.
friends,
only way I
dude,
could
yeah.
imagine.
You have to make friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Through 6-mans, which is probably the hardest part because everybody's always tilted in there anyway. So
I was thinking about this too. Like, you know how Rocket League went free to play? I'm imagining now, probably in like what 2 to 3 years, we're gonna be seeing a lot of new pros, like really good pros.
yeah,
You know, I think it would take at least like 2,000 to 3,000 hours, like maybe 3,000 hours minimum to even like contest the current pros, because it's just like you need to catch up so much. But like now, I feel like if you start a game at its like right at the beginning, if you try to start Rocket League now without knowing any mechanics, like how it was originally, it would do the same thing, right? It would take a couple years to understand, you know, flip resets, all that stuff. But now a
Yeah.
new player coming in immediately, they have access to all the info. They know, but they'll know about flip resets, flip cancels,
Oh yeah.
you know, wave
Dude.
dashes, everything.
All the research they need, like they can find anything they need
Yeah.
to know. Whereas like when we were playing, dude, like I remember Sad Jr. would like pop into the team speak and be like, "Hey bro, I just discovered a new mechanic," and then like like you know, like we were literally discovering ways we could abuse
Yeah.
the mechanics back then. And now like you have all the training packs, not even like just the Rocket League ones. Like there's a bunch of custom stuff too. Like it's so easy. There's so many resources now to like improve if you're just starting out.
Yeah, big time. I think players
Dude.
would get faster a lot quicker now than before.
And I was so I've been streaming a lot since free to play came out, and there's people that are just like, "Hey, I'm gold. Like I've been practicing flip resets, but I can't get it." And like I know these people are like new to the game. Like I'm silver,
Yeah.
I'm gold. I can't. I'm trying to flip reset. I'm just like, dude, you don't even know how to hit the ball properly. Why are you trying to do a flip reset?
Yeah.
And like that's what people are trying to learn first. Which like I mean, it's
That's
whatever.
crazy. I mean,
But,
though,
like,
it's
if they're trying to learn that
ridiculous.
in like their 80th hour of the game, they're gonna be insane.
Yeah. Like back then, it took me like 100 hours to get my first aerial, and I was like, "Let's go!" Like I just wanted to like learn the
Yeah,
ground.
let's go.
I was literally a 1v1er in season 1. I got my plat crown to prove it. You know, I just sat on the
Yeah.
floor and I 1v1'd. That's it. So aerials are a different ball game. So I never really got into that till I was like a couple hours in. You know.
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see in a couple of years all these new free to play players like EST 2020 and see them in RLCS. So I guess we'll see what that looks like in the future. That'll be fun.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, man. Especially like think about the young kid. I mean, I don't know how much higher you can go with the skill ceiling as far as like mechanical play in the game, but like you know some of these young like Fortnite gamer boys are gonna be like disgustingly just
Yeah.
insane mechanically,
Yeah.
like on the controller.
Even in a year, like those people, like they
Yeah,
might not
even in, like, a
go
year or
into-
two,
They might
like-
not even go into like pro play or like very competitive. They're just going to freestyling or something like that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
they could
true.
just make a bunch of new stuff, or you're gonna see a bunch of new freestyling thing. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay. You want a next topic? You want? Let's. I think I want to talk about one more thing, and then we'll go to the next topic really quick, just to cover it.
Yeah, sure.
Is the viewership? We talked about it a little bit, but I don't think we really compared the viewership from then to now.
Yeah.
So you there's some stats written here from Rizzo about 2016. Our viewership was 10 to 30K. Was this LAN? Or was
This is like online. So just basically throughout the
Okay.
season, our LCS season 1 average, like, I mean, sometimes it was even at like 5K, but it was like 10 to 30,000 viewers in Rocket League, just like on the online events or I
Yeah.
don't even what how did they even do that
the
season?
league
Whatever,
play,
just the
right?
online.
It was just
yeah,
the
the league
online
play. That's what it was.
It was 5 games, or five games per team. 5 play each
Yeah,
other.
they made you play 5 games.
Yeah, set of 5, not best.
Not
of
even a
5.
series.
Yeah, it was like Rocket Royale, RLCS. But yeah, so 80K viewers, season 1 LAN. Now we're hitting 225K for the major, online.
The season 1 land peaked at 80K.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. I can't imagine how crazy it's gonna be when we have a LAN. The viewership's gonna be. I'm gonna say at least like what, 400, 500K. I feel like it could be like.
I would say 500,000. It'd probably be pretty close to that.
Yeah, I think we could hit it. Especially with how long it's gonna be since to our first LAN, because we haven't. It's gonna be a year from the previous LAN to the next LAN. That's how long it is from the most recent LAN we've had. Which is crazy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
1 year to the first LAN of Rocket League since COVID, and that's gonna be absolutely psychotic. And I don't know. Do we know where it is? We do know where it is, right?
Is there like a major or something? Is that what you're saying?
No, like the event we have. Like well, I mean, okay, they didn't like confirm the LAN, right, when they announced it, but they basically gave a date for the LAN, and like I don't think they gave a location though, right? That's what
I don't even know if we know it's a LAN though.
I think we do know it's a LAN. I think they had planned it as a LAN, and they're just like
that wouldn't surprise
adjust.
me, because
I think
that really wouldn't surprise me.
That's just some stuff I remember. I don't know if I'm remembering wrong, but I thought it was like there's a LAN that's gonna be there at the end of the year. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Wait, is the split even done by the?
It won't.
Isn't
It's gonna be.
split
It's gonna be
January
like the middle. It's gonna be in the middle of next year. Are we talking about winter split?
I'm talking about winter split. Does winter split end this year?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So there probably won't be anything this year then.
Yes.
If there is anything, I don't even know.
Yes, I just worded like an idiot.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's gonna be like the main thing I was trying to get at is it's gonna be like almost a full year until our next LAN, which is gonna be nuts. That's just like weird.
There's gonna be a lot of hype for it. Is the main thing, because it has been a while.
Now, do you think that will actually affect online viewership for it though?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll get a lot more viewers.
I think everybody would be super interested in seeing how teams fare in like a LAN environment, and nobody's also nobody's seen how the major works.
Yeah.
True.
In that sort of
I think
environment.
I
Raw
keep
there's
forgetting
a
it just
hype.
went free to play, so you guys have a huge new audience probably coming into Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've never seen a Rocket League LAN. Like a Rocket League LANs are hype. Like they're crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
Rocket League LANs are
and
crazy, man.
Yeah.
They just had new drops added for this. I mean, that's probably why we had a big peak in viewership as well. The free to play, and they announced new drops, and it brought old viewers back, and then new people are like, "Oh my god, drops!"
Yeah.
And so
Dude,
hit a
definitely
huge
free
peak
to
because of
play.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
a second launch. I think one of the reasons season 1 did so well, like out of the gate, was Rocket League was a great game. Everybody loved it when it came out. It was super popular. Everybody played it. But like everyone was amazed by just like being able to fly. And so like the RLCS, everyone could fly around, you know what I'm saying? And that blew people's minds. So I think there's like so much hype behind season 1. That's why it like started off really strong. And you might see like a little bit of like a second coming of this with the free to play announcement and this like huge time period without a LAN, and like all these sort of like new people coming into the scene are now huge fans of this player, and whatever it is, they're gonna be like really want to see how their boy does at LAN, like in real life in front of people, under the pressure. I think that'll definitely be pretty insane for you guys.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see. We're probably gonna get like stadiums or some nutty event. I imagine for the first coming LAN, and it'll probably be I hope it'll be in the U.S. because I think that'll be a better idea for the first LAN. Just because it'll get more people there, especially with free to play.
Well, Yeah, keep in mind if it is a land right now with COVID and everything, people can't really leave the U.S.
I know. Well,
Nobody
I mean,
really
again,
allows them in, so it kind of has
I'm
to be
saying
here.
all this assuming COVID's gone, like okay, assuming it's fixed. This is I'm
Okay.
assuming.
Yeah.
I'm
Fair
assuming
enough.
everything here, right? So this
Yeah.
is this is after we're done with all this. If we're done with all this, hopefully, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's go into the next subject because I think we're kind of how far are we into the timer? Do you know?
52 minutes.
Okay, so yeah,
That's
let's
how
go.
long you've been live, at least.
Yeah, okay, so let's head to
It's
the
probably
next
50 minutes.
let's head to the next topic. You want to
Did
go
we kind of went over this one, did we?
a little bit not like we did the first part with Chad. Basically,
Yeah.
I'll go over this,
just-
we'll glance
yeah.
over it. Basically, we're going to talk about Sathy's retirement a little bit. He started in 2016 playing pro play, ended in 2020, retired onto Sonics. So I kind of wanted to bring this up because it kind of relates to life after pro play. I have some experience in that. Chad does. Rizzo probably will soon, considering he hates the game.
All right, dude.
Anyway, we all hate the game. So I have retired. Chad has retired. Rizzo, he's going strong. He's carrying our light with him.
Legacy.
And basically, we're gonna talk about life after pro play. But I just kind of didn't want to go over this too much. But basically, like, I kind of just want to talk about how it, how it is between coaching now and pro play then. If it feels that competitive itch, that was something I mainly want to talk about. And basically, to go over this, I feel like it scratches the surface with coaching for the competitive itch. I think nothing will ever replace how nutty it is to play at a LAN. Like, there's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Than playing for something important. Because I think when you're playing competitive, it's just like you want to just destroy the other team. Like, there's no better feeling. It's like, especially because you've been grinding nonstop to win, and like you want to see that work pay off. So I think that still kind of fills that gap with coaching. Right? We coach NRG whenever they win. It's just straight good vibes. Like, it feels really good to win, especially when we win Worlds. That was a good example. Like, it felt like you're part of the team still. Like, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not like you're
That
just
makes
sitting there
sense.
AFK. Like, you're actually with the team. You're on the stage. You're coaching. So it's a good feeling. But that was supposed to come up before the Chad and Sizz coaching thing, so I can introduce that. But we don't really have to anymore, as we talked about that earlier. Chad, if you have any take on this, after.
No, yeah, that's an interesting thing you say, because I would say like that's a good like sort of comparison. Like when I was coaching, it's like you coaching now. I don't think, I mean, in general, Rocket League coaching was like unheard of, right? Like that was the beginning of it, and I don't think like we were as integrated into I was as integrated into the team, and like I don't know if this is just like a me thing, so maybe you could shine some light on this, but I felt like I was doing like whatever I could to help everybody out, but at no point did I feel like I was the one winning or like I was like accomplishing anything really. All I could do was like kind of support my boys and like, do things to make it easier for them. But I never really like I don't think I'm a season 2 elite. Like I'm not like, oh, I got 4th place at Rocket League World Championship, bro. Like I don't feel like I really did anything. I'm never gonna like, have a chip on my shoulder about it.
Yeah. Personally, I feel like when we win Worlds, I didn't feel like like I got the trophy. That was why one thing I didn't want to go and hold the trophy, because that's a team's trophy. Like they've been grinding their ass off and they won the trophy. So I sat on the side, I watched them raise it, and I was like clapping. It was just good vibe. I was happy they won. I didn't feel like I like earned the trophy or anything. It's different. I still feel I'll go and I'll say I'm a world champion just for fun. But like I'm not on the field playing and getting that trophy. It's a big difference. The nerd.
No, yeah, and I think you have like every right to too. Like even if you want to go get the trophy, because I think coaching in general has become more of an integral part of a team now. And I feel like now, like as a coach, like even if I were to coach like right now, I feel like now I would feel like I'm actually doing something. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm actually like contributing to the team or the dynamic.
Yeah, I felt like that. I felt like I could. Well, I still felt like I contributed to the win only because afterwards, like Garrett and Justin came to me and were like, "I don't think we would have won the LAN without you there, like coaching us." And like that was when they told me that, I was like, okay, like I actually felt
awesome.
Yeah, actually, it was like straight good vibe. I felt like I accomplished something with them. Like my work there.
All your
actually
hard
helped.
work paid off.
Exactly. So that felt really good. But even then, I still wouldn't go hold the trophy because it's different. Then I'm when I'm watching, I'm thinking in my head like this is a Game 7 Worlds overtime. I could not be in this position. I wouldn't want to be because it's like the amount of fucking pressure. I was literally I could feel like my muscles twitching because I'm watching them play and it's like so nerve-wracking. I can't imagine sitting there in a Game 7 grand finals on a LAN, hundred thousands of viewers at home, sitting there and trying to score one golden goal to win all of the finals and take home the prize. Like that, the amount of fucking pressure is ridiculous and people don't get that. Like how much pressure is on stage for the players. I couldn't do that. There's no way.
See, I think everyone handles pressure differently, right? And like you're saying, you couldn't do that. Like that's the fucking shit I eat up, bro. I love the pressure. I love being squeezed into a situation I gotta fight out of, bro. I thrive off of it.
Okay, I will say it definitely would be an awesome situation to be in, but like I couldn't picture myself not being nervous. Like there's no way.
No,
I feel like,
for sure.
Yeah, no matter how hard, it would make me want to win more.
Person who's not nervous in that situation.
I wouldn't want to win more in my life, right? I would never try harder, but I would be so fucking nervous. It would be insane. Like all the pressure's on to not make one mistake. It's crazy. So yeah, that I mean
we're not like talking about dealing with pressure necessarily, but I feel like if I'm ever in like a situation or have been in a situation like that, I definitely like, and I know I feel nervous, but once like shit gets rolling, like I am so locked in that it doesn't even like, I don't even notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll get
like
locked in.
Hyper focused. Yeah.
Exactly. You get hyper focused, but I notice my heart starts beating and can feel it. But it's like I just ignore it because I'm just like so fucking focused.
Bro. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're just so focused on trying to win. But yeah, I mean, we could. I just wanted to again glance over that talk. We kind of strayed off of it anyway, and kind of led into the next thing with LANs. So, let's just. You want to go over this, Riz, the LANs, or you want to go into the Twitch streaming?
I think we could go into the Twitch streaming. To be honest, I think it might be probably better.
Yeah. Okay. I think we kind of cover the LANs too. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good for Chad to be here. So, early Twitch streaming. Chad probably has. Some of the most experience in this, Chad and Rizzo, very early streamers. You guys probably would have more insight into this than I would. So let's talk about, Twitch back then, or Justin TV, or Oddshot, whatever it was back then. Talk about it, and then we'll go into DMCAs nowadays, and we'll, get into that and how it's affecting the current Twitch life.
You want to start?
I think you should start because I don't think I have much about like. Very early. I think that's like
you. The big hosses then and now. I mean, back in the day, man. I mean, okay, so in general, like back in the day, Twitch, like 2012, 2013, it was a very, very different animal. It was nowhere near the size it was now. This was before it was owned by Amazon. This was before, the Fortnite boom and all these other like huge things that brought a lot of mainstream attention to Twitch. It was a very niche thing, not anybody was just like streaming games. It was the guys that were like pretty into gaming, and like everyone streamed because they wanted to share their gameplay like with their homies or like other people. Nowadays Twitch is definitely a different animal, but back then everyone that streamed was doing it because they were very, very passionate about what they were doing and they really enjoyed it. The money wasn't there back then. People weren't making a lot of money on Twitch. The biggest streamers like back in like 2012, I think Summit had like 500 viewers, and he was like one of the top dogs, along with like Soda Poppin' and a couple other like OG guys, bro. And that was nuts. We were like, holy shit, Jared has 500 viewers. Oh my fucking god, Nowadays it's like you get memed if you have less than 500 viewers. You're nobody, bro. Chat will rip you to pieces, bro. It's fucking savage. Man.
It's crazy.
It's savage.
Dude, that insane just makes me think of like. I'm like 12 minutes into my stream or something. And there's like Lil W only 40 viewers or something. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah,
I just started.
Yeah,
but dude, it was really cool. It was really cool because the interactions you get now, the Twitch is so huge. Like there's a million people. Everyone's got their anonymous account. Back then, it was more about like finding a community and like connecting with people. And I think Twitch is still about that to some degree, and streaming is, but it's not the main focus anymore. And that's like. that's why you got these like incredibly strong communities, and these guys like some of them are still around from back then because that's what it was. Like you were just connecting and hanging out with people for fun, and everybody in chat, you know, they weren't just like kick W and meme this, meme that. Like everyone was a real ass person with something to say, and like that was like it was a whole new world, bro. There was never anything like that. I feel like.
You're about to make me cry right now.
I mean that
It
seems
was
like such a
crazy,
good
man.
community, dude, to have. Honestly, that must have been like the prime of Twitch, like not having such age chats and just like everyone
Oh,
kind of
dude.
hanging out.
It
So,
was crazy. It was
How was
amazing.
your streaming back then, Chad?
Like in what sense?
Well, just you streamed back then, right? 2012 or
Yeah.
13?
Yeah, like 2013. I think the beginning of 2013. It was like holiday 2012, I think I built my rig. Because I played games. I played fucking games forever. Me and my brother played all sorts of consoles growing up, and then we played on our family computer. So I was playing on this like dog shit integrated graphics like home PC, you know. And so like when I finally like I was watching Twitch back then, like this was earlier like when Twitch first popped up, and I was like, I think I was watching Summit, and I was like, streaming's fucking awesome. I want to do this, and I built my shit and just went crazy. I think I started with Daisy Mod, the Arma 2 Daisy Mod,
God.
and Counter Strike. Were like two of my early stream games because I played Counter Strike. I played like Counter Strike and Source and Gary's Mod and like a lot of Steam like Valve games and stuff like that. That was like my shit growing up. So when I was finally able to like stream it, man, it was amazing. You could actually stream back then and like not have 0 viewers, being a nobody. You know what I mean? Like having no established like following or anything. You could turn on your stream and like people would actually find your channel. You wouldn't be sitting at 0 viewers forever. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because oh yeah, there's so much like.
Bro, it's
I
a
mean,
C. It's a C. Go to
If
the
you-
top of Twitch, browse, sort
Just
by.
go to
yeah,
Fortnite.
dude,
Just
yeah.
go to Fortnite.
It's insane.
Actually,
It's
yeah,
insane.
sort by lowest viewership and just look at all the 0 viewer streamers.
It's
Like
crazy.
that is, you're competing with those other 0 viewer streamers as well. You're not even competing with the guys who have 20K.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was like it was so new too that you could like put Twitch in your name and like literally spam everyone on your Steam friends. Because like I feel like friends lists back then were a lot like
Oh,
closer,
better.
little
Like
closer.
they were actually your friends. Like everyone on your friends
Yeah.
list, like you talked to, and like everyone was like cool. Nowadays, like I have a bunch of people added who I haven't talked to in like years, bro. Like
Same.
random people
That's-
I add for like one game because they're a friend of a friend. Like, but we used to just go down our Steam friends list and like I had a Steam group. I would like post in the group when I went live. I would go down, change my name to twitch.tv/ChadPlaysGames, and I would fucking run that shit. Everyone on my friend list got a message like, "Hey guys, I'm live. If you want to come hang out, I'd really appreciate it." And I just spam that shit to everybody I
Oh
knew.
yeah,
That's
you'd get
fucking
blocked today
awesome.
doing
That-
that.
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
get insta
You would
blocked.
get instant blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah,
fucking
things have
sick, though.
changed, man. But I mean, that's kind of how we got it going back then, and it wasn't super hard to get discovered. Twitch was just different. It was different.
I mean,
You know what's
But
crazy?
I think I
you
started
guys-
at like 30 viewers. Not like started, but
Sheesh.
within like a couple months, I averaged like 30, 40
that,
viewers.
well, that's a lot.
playing,
back
like,
then.
playing whatever,
Dude,
you know?
if anybody did that now in a couple months, that's like the dream. People would,
yeah.
people would
That's what you
salivate
need to
for
like
that.
build. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna go. I just wanted to say something really quick, Rizzo, because I just thought it was funny. You know, the Twitch chats, you know, back then probably are so like calm, right? And then I saw you laughing earlier because there was a message in chat about how your chat is literally just farts for like the entire
Just
day.
people talking about farts and fart jokes.
Yeah,
This
so-
Rizzo looks so sad knowing his whole chat is just laughing at farts.
Yeah, so this is what Twitch has come down to. You know, back then, Chad has a community of his homies from Steam, and nowadays, absolutely random people in every parts of the globe just talking about farts in Rizzo's chat. So,
Bro, he does it to himself though. You donate bits and it farts on
yeah,
stream.
he does.
I
He kind of
mean,
deserves
like,
it.
Dude, I can't get rid of it. They laugh every time. It's the moneymaker.
You kind of deserve it. You kind of deserve it.
I do deserve it, dude.
Yeah, you
But
know
I can't
what
get
it
rid of
is,
it
you
because
know what it is.
they'll lose it. They'll lose their minds if I get rid of it.
Okay, you could go there. I just wanted to talk
Bro,
about
that
that
shit's
real quick.
actually hilarious though.
I've
Dude.
I've trapped myself into it. That's the worst part.
It's so funny. I laugh at those a lot. It's
I don't-
actually mad funny.
The awkward fart is my favorite.
There's some good timings on some of them.
Yeah, like some real serious, like Athena will ask you a real serious question. I think I happened yesterday, and then there was like
Yeah.
a fart noise, and you were just like, "It's so funny." It was so funny.
Classic.
man. That's good.
I streamed in like 2013 probably around the same time you did, Chad. But I was
Yeah.
strictly in the Minecraft section.
Oh yeah.
I was locked in there, so I didn't know anybody on Twitch. So when you say Summit had 500 viewers, like that blows my mind, because I know a few streamers back then, who would go from YouTube and like plug their Twitch, and everybody would be like, Twitch, like I'm not going to Twitch or whatever. But when I like finally got on the site or whatever, and I saw some of these people, I think like Gassy Mexican was probably one of the
Oh
earlier ones
yeah.
that I knew of, where he had like, or like the creatures, do
Oh
you
my
guys
God,
recognize that group? Yeah, the
yeah.
creatures went to Twitch kind of early, and I think those were the only other people I knew. But in the Minecraft section, like I remember being like, not the top streamer, because there was always somebody surpassed me, but like top 5 with like 80 viewers or something like that. And thinking about like back then, how that was, and like being like, I don't know, if I just imagine doing it for 8 years straight, I'd probably be dead mentally at least. But if I just did that for 8 years straight, I'd probably be like, I'd be Dream or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
literally,
mean, maybe.
literally,
Like, yeah, probably not. But like,
It's
building
it's
that
hard to
audience,
look at it. It's hard to look at it like that though, because no, like you weren't making money back then. Even like the top
that's
streamers were
true.
not making a living. Like they
Yeah.
That's
worked
true.
jobs and then streamed on the side. So I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of those hours could be seen as like wasted almost. You know what I mean? Like the concentration of like value for your time, as far as like financial, if we're talking about that, it's like for you it'd be definitely like later on, like you wouldn't have been like streaming Minecraft like forever and like really doing anything with it, and Twitch, like
Yeah.
it didn't see like a huge jump in as far as viewership and community numbers either until I don't even know. It steadily kind of growed, I think, throughout like the CS:GO era.
Yeah, and
Um,
then like, I mean, the Fortnite wave
and
was
then
like
yeah,
an
the
obvious one.
Fortnite boom was
Fortnite
like
wave was huge. It was huge.
that changed the game forever, man.
Yeah.
That right
For all
there.
of Twitch.
That was the nail in the coffin.
What was
for
that,
all
like
Twitch, for sure.
2017 or 18?
2018, right? Has it been,
That's just
it's
like
been 3 years? No way, it's been 3 years. since Fortnite.
2017?
Fortnite release date was July 2017.
Yeah.
Wow. It
Yeah.
feels
Well, I
less
guess
than
it
that,
didn't
man.
boom right off the bat, but it took a couple months. But still,
Well, yeah, no,
2017.
it came out. I remember because Josh did a fucking sponsored stream, and we played the Save the World like zombie defense
Really?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, this is cool. We like did the hour of sponsored content or whatever, and like got off. And then like a month or two later, they're like BR, and it was over, dude.
Honestly,
It was over.
the game was pretty fun when it first came out. I discovered it from Stormin, who played H1Z1. He was doing like
Your old rogue buddy.
yeah,
yeah.
so he was playing it, and I hopped. This is like literally there was like 1K people on the whole game, and I was like, this game is. I thought the game was like actually fun, and then like literally I fucking blink, and like 5 days later it's like #1 on Twitch, and I'm just like, yeah.
I
like, this
watched
game's gonna blow
Tim
up.
play it, or Tim and Sacriel, I think is his name. Those are the first two people I watched play it. I just randomly saw Tim on it, and I was like, "What's this?" And then he got sniped in the head, and it was hilarious. But like, but like those are the first two I saw playing it, and they had like 20K. Sacriel probably had like 10K. But
Yeah.
just seeing like that, and then I don't know. I guess the whole ninja thing probably. I mean, that was mainly it, I guess.
The ninja thing, the Drake thing was massive. That was actually like
Pretty.
Yeah.
that was like a legendary moment in Twitch history. So don't know how we got Drake on here.
Aren't they like not even homies anymore? Wasn't Ninja like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
Drake was just using me, bro?
Yeah,
My
Ninja
clout,
said
bro.
Drake was using me, bro. Oh, I'm Ninja and Drake hates me. That's crazy.
I mean, that's kind of like
crazy.
Drake kind of like does that to get in like niche areas.
I
so,
mean,
you know,
to be
but-
fair,
but I
there's
mean,
no
come on,
fucking way
Tyler.
you
Come
could
on,
ever
bro.
say that you
Come
got
on.
used by Drake.
that shit set off Fortnite and Twitch and Ninja so hard. That
Yeah,
shit set
huge.
it off, bro.
Yeah.
And got
Oh,
Travis Scott asking for band-aids, like
You got fucking. You got
That was
Travi.
iconic,
You got
man.
Travi Patties, dude. You got everything's just going loose now, dude. Okay, this is going crazy. Let's talk about since we're on Travis Scott, let's talk about DMCA's. Okay, because
good segue.
they have been more prevalent as of late, and I think you've both received emails as well about not needing to remove all content before a certain date. And you can't play music because we're Twitch. So you know, to summarize, if you guys don't know what's going on, you know, music has to be basically royalty free to be played on Twitch. Otherwise, you'll get hit with a strike. And you know, that means you can't play all your favorites. You can't play, you know, you can't play Travis, you know, Cole. Whether you listen to, you know, weird country music or something, you can't play, you know, the usual. Anyway, I find I discover a lot of music from streamers. You know, so I'm shocked every time this happens about DMCA and how they haven't, you know, figured out a way to get through it. But it is so weird to me that they are trying to remove their music from the platform, and not let people listen to it because they want to get paid a little bit more instead of including all the exposure they're getting from the streams. That's why it's weird to me, you know. And I'm pretty sure you guys might feel the same. So I just kind of want to hear what you guys think of the DMCA's. You know, if you have some crazy solution thought up in your head somehow to fix it or not. But
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like the artists or the labels do own this content, right? And so like they're in charge of like who can and cannot use it. And it's hard to really argue the exposure thing because while I agree it's real and true and like very successful for like some artists, I think it's hard to argue when you have, I mean, how many hundreds of thousands, millions, maybe streamers on the platform. Like, bro, Drake doesn't need you to like get the free promotion to your 2 viewers, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, so
That's fair.
I agree. Like the laws and everything happening, the people behind it, the fucking suits at RIAA and shit are behind the times for sure. And it almost feels like more of like just a fuck you move because while most of these streams like that people might find artists through or whatever aren't really going to generate a ton of revenue, you have your outliers, your big dogs that will realistically turn a lot of people on to certain artists and like actually help like promote them. It's like I feel like they would rather, instead of finding a system or just like allowing people to use their shit or finding like that balance of like where is it like worth it to like how do we figure out how to allow who could like listen to music and stream it and who can't, you know what I mean? That seems like way too much fucking work for them to actually develop and build a system. So these motherfuckers are like, well, I mean, we can't get the money, so just pull the plug, like, because we don't want them getting any money potentially from our work. So, like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys. You know, they're realistically probably going to lose money doing it, and like cracking down like this, they're not really because they're not losing money. The whole thing is they're like, oh, we're losing money because they're not really losing money, dude. No one's opening a stream to like. I'm not opening Rizzo's stream to hear him listen to fucking Drake songs all day. Like this is the only time I can listen to Drake is because Rizzo's playing it, dude. I'm gonna like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of bullshit. But at the same time, like these are artists and these are people that worked really hard to create their thing. And like, while it sucks that they probably don't own it all and they're part of that whole like music industry machine, you know, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, someone owns this and they have the you know, like you wouldn't want someone using something you made like willy-nilly for their own personal gain necessarily, right? It's like, but I don't think the impact they think it has is as substantial, you know what I mean? I don't think it's truly that great that they're losing money. Like, and pulling music in general, like cracking down on this really hard, I don't think it'll be good for them, but I definitely think it's a big like fuck you. Like if we're not gonna make the money, you're not gonna make money.
It's just a bad look.
You know what I mean?
It's just a bad look, yeah.
But it doesn't matter for them, dude, because it's not the artists. You know that. Like most of the artists probably, if they had any say in it, they don't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, like they probably would let everybody listen to their music and love that people want to use their music and share their music. I don't know, dude. It's complex, you know. It's complex, but it's definitely a lot. That's for sure.
Definitely kind of killed the vibe for the streams because it's like, you know, you can't listen.
Oh yeah, man.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah. I can't get in like the fucking groove, bro. Listen to my shit. I'm just like listening
if
to
I
like.
have to listen to a trumpet go off one more time in my DMCA free music.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The vibes have been shortened to very tiny vibes like this. So that's like cool. All right. I mean, Rizzo, you want to add anything to it?
I like how you put they should be paying us to advertise.
Oh yeah, I added the note. in the little notes we have about how that we should be getting paid to play their music, but that's not ever gonna happen. Anyway,
Besides that, I feel like the first record label, or just any label to like be progressive with it, I guess, is like to make sort of like a subscription service or anything like that to where a streamer or a creator can use that would probably be pretty successful.
Monster Cat has a licensing thing.
Right, yeah, like Monster Cat does
Mhm.
that, but I mean one of like the bigger labels with
Oh
not
yeah,
not
I
necessarily
mean,
Drake, but like whatever label they're because they signed so many people,
yeah.
and like if you just
that's
get like
like,
a
but
big
that's like
bundle.
what's tough about it. Like you can't bundle out your fucking Ariana Grandes, your Drakes, your these mega superstars. You can't bundle them out for $5 a month, bro.
No, I'm not
Like
saying
that.
five
That's
bucks. Like
not like.
I don't expect it to be cheap. Like I
Yeah,
don't expect it to
yeah. It
be
would
cheap.
have to be like pretty fucking legit, dude.
But
Yeah.
like yeah, it doesn't have to be it's not like you're paying like a TV contract or something where they license a song or something. It's not. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
like that, but any sort of service like that, and like they don't have to be the biggest artists. They could be like the mid tier, the lower tier. At
Yeah.
least give me something to
That
work with.
B-list, bro.
I don't want to
Just
listen to
alone.
elevator music the whole time. Please, just anything. Give me a lyric, something to listen to.
Yeah, yeah, right.
All right, well, I think that kind of covers everything. There is one more thing that I was saving to ask Chad. So this is kind of interesting, little inside scoop. So, Chad, this is completely off topic from everything we've talked about today.
Okay.
I just want you to tell me about when you got noticed in Japan.
When I got noticed in Japan.
About a double date.
Double date?
Wait, I think I heard this. I know about this, but I don't know what it is.
A double date? Wait, wait.
A double date and your friend's date noticed
Oh
you.
my fucking god, that's right. Oh my god, I forgot all about
So
this.
can you tell me the story? Can you tell me the story?
God. Oh my god.
I'm full screening the story. All right, let's hear
Holy
it.
shit. I'm
Let's
trying
hear
to
this,
think
dude.
of who we were with. Oh man. Okay, so
So Chad went to Japan.
I was in Japan, yeah. So I was in Japan. I was there with my then girlfriend and some of her family. And we were hanging out. I forget where it was, but we were out and about downtown somewhere. And we were in, I think we went shopping somewhere. I think we were just in like Ginza or something, or it might have been Harajuku. I can't remember, but we're out shopping and we met up with one of like a family friend that was on the trip with them and with all of us.
Okay.
And he was like single and he was Tindering or whatever, like getting his swipe on while we were there. And so he like matches with a girl or whatever, and he's like talking to her. And so like they're gonna meet up, like she's gonna like come hang out with us, and it was like the three of us, right? And so she's gonna come meet up with us, so it'll be like a little double date type scenario action, right?
Okay.
And so we're walking around this little area, like hitting up a couple stores, like just like Adidas store, like checking out all the stuff in Japan. And we ended up going across the way to this little like it's like a bit of like an alley with like a bunch of seats and then a couple like food stands, right? So you got a couple like different I don't even remember. I think there was like ice creams and like corn and like all kinds of like cool stuff. And so while like we're sitting there with this girl, she's like pretty shy, whatever. She's like pretty shy. She's like, wait, it's like seems to be going well, right? Like, she's a little quiet, but like it seems like they're hitting it off like to a degree, right?
Okay.
And then she's like, hold on. Are you that Chad? And like the homie looks at me and I just look at him and I was like, what do you mean? And then like she discovers that it is me, the Chad that she knows from PUBG. From PUBG. And all my PUBG success.
No way.
And so, bro, this girl, bless her heart, she starts fangirling mad hard, bro. And she's supposed to be on a date with our boy right here. Bro, he's fucking pissed. He's over it. She's like talking to me, like staring at me, like asking me all these questions. Like, dude, yeah, it was definitely like hella uncomfortable. God, it was so fucking funny, dude. He literally got curved.
What
by
did you just piece it on the girl?
Yeah,
guys
we ended up I want to say 15 minutes of that was like all he could take, and then we were like, okay, we gotta go, see you later, it's fun, nice meeting you and all that. But dude, yeah, it got real weird. It got real weird,
bro.
Dude, that's hilarious.
it was so goddamn funny though, dude. It was so funny, holy shit.
Chad's famous in Japan, I guess.
Are you,
That
are
was so
you
funny.
the Chad?
you? The
Oh.
Chad?
Did you think you'd ever hear that in your life? Are you the Chad?
No, dude, never.
That's crazy, dude. A
That was so
random
funny.
girl in Japan recognizing Chad from PUBG. That is some next level shit.
I literally came there off Tinder for like the double date with our homie, and bro, the look of like defeat and sadness in his eyes at that moment, like, dude.
He probably
so
was
funny,
mad. He's
man.
like, holy fuck, I just got fucking curved in front of the homies, dude. By my own homie.
So fun.
That's
It was
crazy.
so fun.
Oh,
That was really funny, dude.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad we got to hear that. I'm glad
I
got
forgot.
the
Thank you for
insider-
reminding me, dude. I forgot all about
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
not the story I thought it was.
No,
but that
I'm
was
glad.
good.
I'm glad I got the insider scoop because I wanted to get some nice little info on you before you
Oh
came
god,
on.
I wish I could
but-
remember like more details of the conversation because I'm sure it was just like juicy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
try to
that's
remember
pretty much
more.
all I can remember. That was the gist of it.
All right. I'll ask you some more about it maybe off stream when you think about it more. But
Yeah, I'll try to think and like remember
Alright.
the day.
that's pretty much it though, everyone. So
That's
you
all
know,
we got.
that is the biz. That is the biz. So
Hey, the
we got
biz.
you know, thank you everyone for watching. You know, and make sure, hey, by the way, everyone, Chad, awesome dude, you know, at Chad on Twitter. Go follow him on Twitch, just Chad. He has the goat. You know, actually that's kind of goated.
Hey.
You got
What?
wait, Rizzo's the only one without just his name for both Twitter and Twitch. That's crazy.
Okay,
That's
dude.
crazy. Imagine. Anyway,
Where's the Twitter, man?
that's crazy. That's
I know, 'cause
crazy.
some rat has it, literal rat.
Damn.
All right, well, you know what it is. Hey, I'll link that shit. Hell yeah, Riz. Hell yeah. Hey, copy
Yeah,
paste.
link
wait,
that
copy-
after
yeah,
this is me.
yeah.
You know, I still put the links down.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
Well,
boy.
Wait, we should mention as well. We do have. I need to get these links. We do have the links for Apple Podcasts and Spotify now, so I should drop those
true.
in chat, so you'll be able to listen to that. And any YouTube listeners as well, those will be in the description.
oh,
now.
let me link the YouTube. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yo, the YouTube has 5K subs. Chat, you guys gotta go sub.
Let's go.
Wait, how do we have 5K? Did you plug it today or something?
Not really. I mean, I put it in a video.
All right, I
Count
just
it
really
up.
want to go sub. All right, everyone. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Follow Chad on Twitter, Twitch, everything. Thank you for coming on, Chad. You're the GOAT. We appreciate
Hey,
you
thank you
being
guys for
here.
having me. It was a lot of fun, dude.
Hell
It
yeah,
was fun.
baby.
Here are more
Love you
links for you,
guys.
Chad.
Yeah. Go follow everything, you know? And literally
Click all the
everything.
links.
Okay? All right, everyone. I don't have a. You know what? I'm gonna do this. The one Rizzo sent. Wait, where's the offline? Oh, here we go. There we go. We're offline now. It just says starting soon, but it's wrong.
Nice.
Okay. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
Peace out.
Good night. Peace.